Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to another episode of HeartSlayers. You are here with the HeartSlayers, Derrick Acosta and
Meg Turner.
We're going to be getting buck wild on today's episode.
Hell yeah.
Answering all the questions out there, all the drama, all the gossip. Without further ado, let's get it started. All right, everybody, we are back here with Chase. Chase, you're on the phone with the HeartSlayers. Derrick and Meg, what's up?
Hey, so a bit of context. I'm 24 now, and the school that I went to, we were all, basically from preschool on, we're all in the same class, meaning that I knew about the same 60 people for the first, really 15 formative years of my life. And so as a result, my 3 longest term relationships were all with people that I already known for 10 years. And so what I found when I sort of got into college and started dating a little bit and, even now dating, is that I have a really difficult time connecting with people, right? In that I knew these people for so long that there was already this sort of intimate connection built up. And so when I go on a date with a person that I've met maybe once now, I'm just trying to figure out what is sort of, normal or what is the best way to approach someone and start building that type of connection.
Okay. So you dated 3 people that you've known since preschool.
Yeah.
Wow. How long ago was your last relationship from that pool of people?
It was a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I feel like sometimes I feel like sometimes it works against you when you date people that you've known all throughout elementary school.
Yeah.
Because, you have all these experiences with them before you guys started dating. So it's kind of, you come into this relationship with all these expectations and backstories and, just experiences from being children. And it's kind of weird to bring all that into a new relationship. So, dating people in college that you don't know very well is a good opportunity to get a fresh start with people. Now, I think really what your issue is, that's not really what you're talking about. You're having trouble connecting with these people because you haven't known them for so long. But I think what's important to keep in mind is that basically everybody's general experiences are probably going to be very similar to yours and the ones that you had. So I think that if you kind of go into these new relationships assuming that these people are just like all the people you've known from your old school, you find that you actually have a lot in common with them. I'm sure that they had a lot of similar experiences growing up where they were from.
Yeah, and making a connection just takes time too. So
yeah, you have to give it some time. Definitely. It took 10 or 15 years to get to know all these other people. So you definitely at least owe a couple of dates to these new people to catch up to them. Have you been going on a lot of dates in college?
So I'm out of college now, yeah. So out a couple of years, and so I go on dates occasionally, and I think part of the problem is, I'm also relatively introverted in that I keep a few close friends. I don't have a ton of acquaintances, and so as a result, it's just I'll go on dates occasionally, and then everyone, I experiment with the dating apps every now and again. I don't know, and maybe it's just that I don't really know what type of connection I'm looking for is probably part of the problem, but so it's been kind of interesting.
Well, you know what? When you're getting to know somebody, here's my tip. I definitely recommend skip all the bullshit, which is try to go back actually to those early years of elementary school or even preschool, when you're being a really young kid getting to know somebody, it's so innocent and it's so fun. When you get to know somebody at that age, it's all of these fun questions like,
what's your favorite color?
What's your favorite color? What's your favorite kind of food? What kind of cartoons do you like to watch? And really, when we get older, we think like, whoa.
What's your career?
Yeah, I can't ask those questions. What
do you make financially?
What's your 5-year plan in life? And I find it's a lot easier when you're getting to know somebody to really like go back to those base questions, because that is what people base and build their personalities off of growing up all throughout their life. It's their favorite color, their favorite time of the year, their favorite, I don't know, flower, plant, animal. Do you like dogs? Do you like cats better?
Yeah.
I think if you just ask these stupid, silly questions and lay down the base information when you're getting to know these people, then it's a lot easier when you start to build up to the bigger, more adult questions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if that's your approach when you were hanging out with these girls on these dates, trying to get to know them. But yeah, I definitely recommend just keeping it very simple, keeping it very fun, and questions that are easy to answer.
Yeah, because then you can find common ground that way too.
Yeah.
Because you could be like a cat person and they could be a dog person, and then you could just not get along.
Yeah, plus you could learn so much about a person from those basic questions, like what's your favorite kind of food? Oh, well, it's
the scrod.
It's tofu scrod platter. It's like, all right, you're weird. I thought you were gonna say mashed potatoes. So just in the same way that you would decide when you're younger in elementary school, like who do I want to be friends with?
Yeah.
Who do I want to spend my time with? It's people that I have really basic stuff in common with. We don't have to get complicated with it. So really, like, using those tiny little building blocks is the best way to get to meet new people, learn who they are, and see if you have a connection with each other.
Yeah, definitely. Well,
do you like anime?
Yeah.
Perfect question. So I hope that helps, and just keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah, that's definitely a fresh perspective, and I appreciate it.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for the call.
Thanks, man.
Bye. All right, next up, we have an email, and it comes from a viewer who goes by the letter B, and it says, "Hey, Derrick and Meg. Background. I'm in my mid-20s and have not been in a relationship since high school, until recently when I got into online dating. I met this girl about 2 months ago, and she had just graduated from college and moved into the area for work. We've been seeing each other often, and we're physically intimate. And we talk on the phone almost every night. I very much enjoy being with her because it's fun, and I like the intimacy. Last week, as we were talking on the phone, she told me she doesn't want a serious relationship. She wants to be in something casual, and hints at it not being exclusive, but admits she probably doesn't even have time to find someone else anyway. She likes the way things are currently, but she just wants me to know that that's all she wants, nothing more. In some ways, it makes sense. She just moved here and wants to have fun, new experiences, and not be tied down. However, I was kind of hoping for an actual relationship. Should I try to keep this up, or should I just stop it and move on? Or keep this up, but keep looking in the meantime? Maybe it's okay if this doesn't turn into an actual relationship if we're having a good time together. That idea sounds okay in my head, but there are probably a lot more factors to consider. Have you guys personally experienced this type of casual, friends with benefits type relationship? Just wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on this and on how you think I should approach the situation. Thanks, B." Okay, so guy is finally dating somebody after a few years, somebody who just moved to town. Then they drop the bomb. I don't want to be exclusive. I just want to keep this casual, not saying I'm dating somebody else. In fact, boy, I don't even know if I'd have the time to find somebody else.
What does that mean?
That means she's dating somebody else.
Yeah. Like, why even say that?
But you know what? So what should he do? Should he dump her? Should he stay in it, but keep his eye open for something else? I actually think that is the best approach to the situation. Exactly what he suggested.
Yeah.
Stay in the relationship, but if the girl you're dating says she doesn't want to be exclusive, she just wants to keep it casual, that means, in my estimation, she wants to date you. She wants to be able to date other people.
Yeah.
She wants it to be cool with you. And she is cool with you dating other people.
Right. No, yeah.
Not saying you have to date other people. Not saying you should force yourself to go out with people you don't like. But it's hard because when you have somebody you really like and they're saying like, yeah, go see other people. You're like, well, I don't want to because I like you.
Yeah. And then it kind of turns into like a jealousy thing where
well,
she's seeing other people and you're not, so it's kind of unfair.
So at the end of the day, I feel like that's the real issue.
Yeah.
She wants to make sure that you're not going to become jealous.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to make sure that you are not going to be a clingy guy who is all up in her business. So regardless of what you do, don't let that happen.
No.
Don't let yourself become a clingy, jealous guy.
No.
That is basically cutting through all the BS. That's what she's expecting from you.
Yeah, and because that's why she laid it all out for you.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I don't want this to happen.
Regardless of whether she starts dating other people or not, because sometimes you guys can become clingy, even when there's no other guy threatening the situation.
Right.
You just have a girlfriend and she is into you, but maybe she likes being alone sometimes, playing video games, just having a night off, and the guy gets all like, well,
why aren't you hanging out with me?
We hung out every night last week and suddenly you don't want to? Like, what's going on? And maybe that is what she is hinting at. I mean, you've said you guys spend a lot of time together, you talk on the phone every single night. Maybe just go a night without talking on the phone.
Yeah.
Have a boys' night out with you and your friends. Just give her a little space.
Unless she's the one initiating it.
Well, even then, if she says she doesn't want to be exclusive.
That's true. Then why are you talking to me every night?
Maybe you should make her miss you a little bit. Yeah. Sometimes when you're in that situation, and this is guys and girls, they tell the person they're with, like, I just want to make sure you're not getting too attached to me. And the person's like, fine, I won't talk to you for a few days. You're like, what? And suddenly, the connection, the desire is so much more than what it used to be.
Yeah.
So, play it cool. It's going to be okay. I think actually this is something that a lot of relationships go through early on. Mm-hmm. You have this getting to know somebody, we're spending a lot of time together, and then there's a pause about 2, 3, sometimes 4 weeks into the relationship where you think, well, I want the option to be able to not be in this relationship. Should I choose? We're on the cusp of becoming an official relationship, and I don't know if I'm ready to go over that cusp. So I just want to check. I just want to test the waters and make sure that I still have my escape plan available. And then when the person you're with is like, no, that's cool. Break up with me if you want.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to be fine if you break up with me. It's cool. You're like, oh, well, okay, good to know. But I don't want to break up with you. Let's keep this going. And next thing you know, you're in a serious relationship. Yeah. So you say that you want to be in a serious relationship. It kind of bums you out that she's saying these things to you. Just go along with it.
Yeah.
Just say like, yeah, it's totally cool. Totally not serious. You date your people, I'll date my people, and then it'll be like record scratch. What? You're dating your own people? I think maybe we should hang out every Saturday forever. Suddenly you'll see this change. So don't worry about it. Roll with the punches until she starts actually seeing other people and spending more time with them. At which point, I would
see how you feel at that point.
Yeah, if that happens, then I would recommend just get out of there because obviously you don't want to be dating somebody who's dating somebody else. If they have met somebody else and you think that they like them more than you, then you should definitely start looking for somebody who's only interested in you. But a lot of times people say this because they're just scared of being in a serious relationship. Even though they really like you and they only want to be with you and they're testing you and they're testing the waters. So don't fail the test. Just be cool, go along with it and see what happens. Yeah. And good luck. Hey everybody, we're back here with Jake. Jake, you're talking to the HeartSlayers, Derrick and Meg. What's happening?
Hey, I was just wondering, when it comes to like getting into a marriage, what what would be a good like way to keep in touch with friends without straying away from my loved one?
Good question. Short answer is you don't. No, I'm just kidding.
Excuse me.
So getting into a marriage, how do you stay in touch with your friends? Staying in touch with your friends is hard, no matter what happens.
Yeah.
I read this joke on the internet a few weeks ago, which says it was about Jesus.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about Jesus for a
Jesus
second.
joke?
Jesus joke. It said Jesus' real miracle was being in his 30s and having 12 friends that he saw every day. And I thought, that's freaking true.
Yeah.
Outside of marriage, just getting older or, becoming a parent or getting into a career that's becoming successful, all of these things get in the way of spending time with your friends.
Yeah.
Which, I feel like when you're in your late teens, early 20s, you spend all day, every day with your friends.
Oh, yeah.
How old are you, Jake, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 21.
Oh, you're 21. Well, this is peak staying in touch with your friends time.
Yeah.
Are you planning on getting married soon?
Like a year from now.
Oh, wow. Nice. Congratulations. Have you already set the date with your fiance?
Yep, April 27th.
Oh, so literally you got 1 year.
Yeah.
1 year to get all your friendships in there. No, I'm joking around. I'm not trying to scare you. You know what? I think that the fact that you're 21, it works in your favor.
That's what I was going to say.
Because, a lot of times, the thing is about getting older, getting married, getting friends with kids, your schedule gets filled up and their schedule gets filled up. And that's when it becomes really hard to spend time together. So you're going to be married, but your friends are still going to have a lot of free time.
Mm-hmm.
So
they'll be flexible.
yeah, I'm going to suggest just inviting them over to your house. You and your wife should try to throw parties or get-togethers, barbecues in the backyard, movie night. I don't know if you like to watch sports or watch, professional wrestling like some of the people around here. But whatever kind of event you're watching on TV, just invite people over and spend time together that way.
Yeah.
You have anything else to add to that?
That's pretty much it. I don't think it'll be that hard to maintain friendships.
Yeah. What kind of concerns do you have about maintaining your friendships?
We play a lot of like World of Warcraft, me and my friends, mostly like online games, but we know each other like in real life. We live in the same city and everything. But my girlfriend plays World of Warcraft with like online games, but we never really play with my friends ever. So it's kind of like we all like each other, but it's not like a strong bond or anything,
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, what I would recommend to that is having a talk with your girlfriend that you're going to set some time aside specifically to play World of Warcraft with your friends. And say like, baby,
here we go.
I love you. I love playing World of Warcraft with you. But I miss my boys. A man's got to have time with the other dudes. And for us, it's playing World of Warcraft. So, I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to take an hour this Thursday or this Friday or tomorrow night, and I'm just going to play World of Warcraft with them. If you want to join in the game, that's cool, but I'm definitely going to be playing with them.
Yeah, and she should understand that, because I'm sure she'll want to be going out with her friends, too.
Yeah, she doesn't want you restricting her access from her friends, I'm sure. So she should, be understanding and give you the time with your friends. That's only normal.
Yeah, and I really don't think that getting married would really cause such a shift in your friendships than what it is now.
It does.
It does, but not
so
massively that you never see each other.
Yeah, a lot of times.
Especially at 21.
A lot of times I feel like it's self-imposed.
Yeah.
That when people get married, they just are like, sorry guys, I'm hanging out with my girlfriend or I'm hanging out with my wife tonight. And that's like every single night. And they end up being the ones who do it to themselves.
Right.
But if you actually have a desire to connect and spend time and hang out or play video games with your friends, your wife or husband or significant other should be understanding. They should encourage you to have those relationships.
Yeah.
You can't get everything from just the relationship with one person.
No.
They need to be understanding of that. So have a talk with your fiance about it. I'm sure they'll be understanding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Hey, thank you so much. I'm going to have Lonely Horsemen playing at my wedding to the band. Just saying. Love your guys' show so much. Yeah, keep it real.
Cool, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for the call and the compliments. We'll catch you later.
All right, see ya.
See ya.
Bye.
That was a nice way to end the call. What did he say he'd have playing
I
at
have
his
no
wedding?
idea.
Lonely Horseman. I don't know if that's the best wedding song.
No.
Or
Probably
unless
not.
it signifies your bachelor life coming to the end of its
Right.
time. You know, I was the lonely horseman, and now I found you.
Oh, man.
Good luck, Jake. Hope it all works out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to answer an email now. This comes from a dude who goes by the letter J, and it reads, Dear HeartSlayers, been living in Tokyo for the past 2 years. In that time, I really haven't been able to start any meaningful relationships and haven't had the motivation to go out and meet people. Back in America, most of the people I dated were people I had known for a while prior to dating them. I never used any dating apps or went to bars to meet women. I've tried using dating apps here, but the results have been lackluster. First of all, since I don't have a frame of reference, I'm not sure if I'm even getting a lot of matches or not. When I do get a match, I typically don't have the motivation to even send the person a message. It's hard for me to care when it's someone I don't know. Generally, they don't send messages first either. In the rare times that I do send a message, I almost never get a response back. And in the even rarer times that we do end up messaging back and forth, it never materializes into a date. Going to bars hasn't fared any better. I can talk to women, even end up exchanging info with them, but these never materialize into relationships. We may chat a few times after meeting, but they end up just becoming someone in my contacts list that I never speak to again due to a seemingly lack of interest on both sides. Or me not wanting to always be the person to initiate the conversations. It's not shyness or social awkwardness, it's just a lack of motivation on my end. I feel like I'd also meet more people naturally through social events with friends, but my social life here is pretty middling since I'm a busy person and I'm starting completely from scratch. I guess what I'm trying to get at is I want a relationship, but it's hard for me to care about people I know nothing about. And any attempt I've made so far has not shown any results. Any advice on using dating apps better, finding motivation to meet new people, or just general advice to someone who is lazy and lacking real initiative? Thank you, Jay. All right, so
Man.
a stranger in a strange land, a man who moves to Tokyo. Why are you laughing?
Because
Don't laugh at this guy's problem.
I'm not.
He moves to Japan from America and finds that it's hard to make a real connection with people out there. He just doesn't care.
I feel that.
Yeah?
That's my main problem. I just don't care.
Yeah, you try to meet people and it's like,
I don't really try to meet people.
why should I give a shit about you?
Pretty much.
You're boring and I don't care. And you bore me. And I'm looking for a relationship, but not with somebody who bores me.
No, my problem is I don't look for relationships.
Oh, okay.
But this guy is, so.
Well, yeah, here's the thing about this question. All jokes aside, I think it comes down to how badly do you want a relationship?
Yeah.
You say you want a relationship, and then you have these opportunities to explore the possibility of having a relationship, and your response is, not really feeling doing that
Yeah.
right now.
So you can't want it that bad.
Maybe you say you're not shy. Maybe you are shy and you don't want to admit it. Maybe, honestly, you're a little bit depressed or lonely being
Maybe.
in Japan. And
Could be.
and I'm not saying you are or you're a depressive person, but it's hard to go to a strange place all by yourself and be alone and not have that affect your energy, affect your personality, your bubbliness.
Yeah.
And, maybe that affects your self-esteem too. And I'm assuming, because you didn't say anything in your email that suggests any of that stuff, but I'm saying it's natural for that to happen. To go to a place that's weird and strange, not know anything, feel a little bit lonely, feel like, maybe I have nothing to offer to these people, which is why you hesitate to make the first move or make the first connection with them.
Right. It's probably also hard to connect with people that are from another country too.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of Americans out there too
Right.
that you could be meeting.
That's
which
true.
also too is a great thing to have in common. When you're in Japan, if you meet another American, you guys are in it together, exploring and having this adventure from the same reference and from the same mind frame, which is coming from America. So, we had a caller earlier. How do I talk to people? I kind of want to extend the same advice to you. Keep it really simple. Keep it really childlike in your interactions with people. And getting to know them. Ask simple, easy questions.
But what if he's not motivated?
Yeah, but to get to the motivation issue, just do it.
You have to want it to have that motivation.
Here's the thing. You are not unique in what you are feeling about not wanting to approach the other person.
Yeah.
You yourself have said that they don't even approach you. They are probably in the exact same mind frame as you are, which is, this is too much work.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to do this, which is something that you should go in knowing and using to your advantage, right? If you want to get into a relationship, you should know that everybody out there feels exactly the same way you do. They don't want to do all the heavy lifting. You can make it easier to get into the relationship by biting off the workload and getting over the hurdle of initiating the conversation.
Yeah, and that having that kind of confidence too is really attractive.
Yes, it is. And you get better with all things with more practice. So sometimes you should just, what you should do? Go into these dating apps not looking for a relationship. I know you say that's your main agenda is I want a relationship, but your problem here is that you're having an issue connecting with people, getting people interested in you. That should be your main agenda. You're not looking for a relationship. You're just looking to get better at communicating with people over the dating app or in a bar. So instead of having your end goal, making this person my girlfriend, make your end goal having this person just be interested enough to go on a date with me.
Yeah.
And I would say, try it with a lot of people, even people that you don't necessarily want to be in a relationship with. Because again, we're not talking about getting into a relationship. We're just talking about practicing the skills and honing the skills of breaking the ice and getting to the first date. And that takes a lot of, here's another piece of advice. Let me tell me if you agree with this.
All right.
Do you find that, I consider myself an intelligent person.
Okay.
And I find that intelligent people have a harder time getting into relationships than quote unquote stupid people. Do you ever find when you're in high school, there's this guy who's really dumb, doesn't do good in school, never pays attention, and he's always dating somebody.
Yeah.
And I used to see that and I would just think man, what is it about stupid people, dumb people, they're just so good at being in a relationship? And then I learned the secret. It's because it's really unintimidating to talk to a stupid person.
That's true.
So...
Don't dumb yourself down.
No! Dumb yourself down! This
Really?
Yes!
Really?
For this guy, in this situation, for anybody out there, you're getting too wrapped up in your head. Seriously, when you're an intelligent person, you think so far into the future that you think yourself out of doing things because you think you figured it all out. You're like, okay, this girl messaged me on this app. I could message her back, but then what are we going to do? We got to set up a date? Where are we even going to go? I know where the clubs are, right? We'll go to that club. I hate that club. Do I even want to go to that club? Do I even want to go to that club with this person that I don't even know? You know what?
Okay, let me rephrase. Don't dumb yourself down, but don't overthink it.
Okay, so when I say dumb yourself down, what I mean is don't think too hard.
Yeah.
Don't think a lot. And don't make things overly complicated. So really, if there's a meter on how much energy it takes to think about stuff, set the bar really low on that meter.
Yeah.
Which is not too low, because on the opposite end of the spectrum, you risk being the guy whose only pickup line is, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
What you doing? You don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
You know, if you're meeting a girl at a bar, you don't want to be the guy who's like, you look miserable.
So, yeah, got hit on in front of Derrick. Got told I looked miserable as shit. Didn't work, so don't use that one.
Me and Meg were hanging out at a bar recently, and a guy looked at her and said, "You look miserable as shit," and that was his pickup line. And Meg shut him down so fast. I think he took years off that guy's life.
Good.
It was a traumatic experience.
Good.
That was an example of a guy who dumbed himself down too much. But okay, so you want to be what? I've lost track of even what this guy's question is. Why should he care? Why should he be motivated? I'm giving him tips on how to do it. I'm going to assume you know how to do it. But look, just throw yourself in there. You're going to have to go through a lot of missed connections and failed attempts before you start finding the people that you're looking for. You need to know what you want out of a relationship or this dating scene, because we're not going for a relationship. But that takes a little bit of experiencing things you don't want.
Right.
And learning like, okay, I tried this with this person, didn't really enjoy that, didn't like this thing about this person. So now I know that's what I'm not looking for, but let me try again with somebody else.
Yeah, and I think also if you're trying things, you'll find somebody that will give you that motivation to keep trying. So.
And you need to put yourself out there a little bit and be a little bit uncomfortable. And hopefully you will find the situation where it works, and then you can reel back your uncomfortable level and slide back into a comfortable state.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, when you date people, you have to go out to bars, you have to be kind of bubbly, you have to kind of be like, oh, I'm real personable. I'm an introvert sometimes, but I'm gonna fake it right now until I meet somebody. And then when you get to meet somebody and you like them, it's like, okay, I like you, you're cool, we know each other. Now I'm gonna show you the real me. Yeah. Which is somebody who likes to play Xbox a lot. Yeah. Which sadly, sometimes that ruins the relationship, but sometimes it's just, the girl's like, perfect.
Yeah.
Me too.
Exactly.
So that's my advice to you. Put yourself out there. Don't shoot for a relationship. Just shoot for making a connection, getting the first date, getting the second date. We're not talking long-term girlfriend here. We're just talking about meeting people and getting better at meeting people and getting better at being more motivated.
Right.
Okay. It's like an exercise. You get stronger at it the more you do it. So put yourself out there. It will get easier with practice and get easier with time.
Absolutely.
Cool. Thank you for the email and good luck. Okay, everybody, we are back here with Robert. Robert, you're talking to Derrick and Meg, the HeartSlayers. What's up?
Hi, Derrick. I graduated college back in December with a bachelor's degree, and I'm having a little trouble meeting women after that. It used to be so easy as I would sit next to girls or just meet friends of friends, and I'm just not having much luck lately. Do you have any advice?
Oh, yeah, definitely. So you graduated college. What did you study, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, I was in English and criminal justice classes. It was filled with women, and I was constantly sitting next to people, just talking to them, making friends. And
okay.
I just really miss that.
All right. Well, so you made a lot of friends. Are you still friends with all these girls that you met in college?
No, you just kind of naturally drift away after college. I'm sure you know that.
Yeah. Do you still live in the same city with any of those people?
Yeah, I actually do. Just about 20 minutes away.
Perfect. Okay, I got your solution. So easy.
Yeah.
Call up those friends, start hanging out with them. They go into the friend group, and then through hanging out with them, they will introduce you to potential people to date. That's my
true.
advice to you.
That's true. Yeah.
I think that were there any that you had any friends that you had relationships with? Do you have friends that you never dated? What's the scene look like?
Yeah, I used to meet a lot of friends. We'd go out to Applebee's or whatnot after class, and we'd kind of bond that way. And eventually I started drinking with them, going to clubs and whatnot. But I just don't have the stamina to get drunk anymore.
Yeah, well, that's understandable. I think that people like to do that until it gets old. So, you can do things that don't involve going to clubs and getting drunk. Just going to get lunch,
Go get coffee.
go see a movie, hang out at the house, throw a party at your house, invite a bunch of them over. Even though you'll have booze there, you don't have to drink it. But,
Yeah.
just kind of orchestrate and create the social scene that you miss from college, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that everybody is desperate after school gets out to have those connections. You're not alone in feeling that way. I think everybody kind of misses their friends, and it's just hard to get together. If you can be the guy that gets everybody together, you're going to be super popular, which is going to make it even easier for those people to recommend people date you, right? You could talk to those people that you met in school, you invite them over to your house, let them know, because naturally people be like, oh, what's going on in your life? How's your love life? You'd be like, well, actually, I haven't dated anybody in a while. I'm trying to meet people. They'd be like, oh, I know the perfect person. I'm going to bring him over next time you do this.
Yeah.
So that's my advice to you. Meg, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I think that's good advice. I mean, you could always resort to dating apps.
Dating apps are kind of tricky because nowadays you have to both like each other with the swiping and whatnot, and it doesn't really help that my area is kind of not very populated.
Okay, well, yeah, having a not very populated area is a strike against the dating app. But you know what? And I've said this on this show before. Swiping on somebody in a dating app is no different than making eye contact with somebody in a bar and being instantly attracted to them, right? If you meet somebody in a bar, you're both going to have to be attracted to each other. If one person is not attracted to the other person, instead of swiping on you, they're just going to walk away. Or they're going to give you the cold, awkward shrug where they're like, and then they turn their back on you. So
Yeah.
both of you swiping is actually way easier than going through that.
Yeah,
because
because you have to like each other to be in a relationship.
Yeah, so don't knock the dating app. It's the same as just seeing a stranger across the room and making the eyes with them.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. But to answer your question specifically, I really recommend tapping into your friend group. So you're going to have to work a little bit on first reinvigorating that friend group, bringing it back from the dead.
Yeah.
Which is, it takes a little, text a couple people, just be like, yo, I got Saturday free. You doing anything? You want to hang out? Rebuild those relationships just on a friendship level.
Yeah.
Naturally, friendships always sway to talking about your love life because that's what real friends do. And then in talking about that, I think you're going to be able to use that friend group to find other people. That's what I would recommend to you.
Absolutely.
At least, if nothing else, just to get back in the habit of socializing. And then, once you get good at that, maybe you'll just be better at meeting strangers that aren't necessarily a part of your friends group, but you're just kind of back in the swing of things of just talking to people and being friendly.
Right.
Sound good?
Yeah, that's all great advice. It's just going to take a lot of work, and I've just been lazy, and there's really no excuse for that.
I know, you just got to get motivated. You got to, if you really want it, you got to make it happen.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you taking my call.
For sure. Thanks for calling. I was going to say, last thing, nobody's going to make it happen for you. So, you've got to make it happen for yourself.
If you want it, you got to do it yourself.
Yeah. But we do appreciate your call. Thank you so much for calling us, and good luck.
To you as well with anything in life.
Wow. Thanks. That's awesome. Nice, man. See ya. What a good way to send us off.
Yeah.
With anything in life.
Wow.
Good luck to you. All right, now we're going to take one more email, and this one reads, Hi, Derrick and Meg. I need some advice. I have a friend who I like a lot. I've liked this friend for more than a year now. We're part of a decently sized friend group, and we've been friends for a couple of years. But within the last full year, we've started hanging out alone incredibly more often. We hang out every weekend where we play video games and watch a lot of shows. We eat. She even spends the night. We've never done anything, but we do sleep in the same bed.
Ooh.
I like her a ton. I've had many moments where I wanted to tell her how I feel, but I always back out because I don't know in what form I should approach her, and also due to doubts of her potentially not being into me at all. How should I approach her? Should I tell her when we're hanging out? Do I text her randomly one night? I have no idea how to tell her because I'm afraid that she has no interest in me romantically, and she's honestly one of my closest friends. And I'm afraid that telling her how I feel will make her feel uncomfortable with me, and we start to become distant. I've only had one relationship in the past, and it was with someone that we're both mutual friends with. She's not part of the group, though, don't worry. So I'm nervous since I'm still a baby within the dating scene. How do you guys think I should go about this, and should I stop doubting myself so much on whether or not she likes me? Thanks, D.
Well, we could clear those doubts for you.
All right, yeah, D, let me break it down for you. This girl likes you, bro. You're telling me she comes over all weekend and just gets food and plays video games with you and watches
Stays
food
the night
and then sleeps in your bed? That's a girlfriend.
Yeah.
At that point, this girl likes you so much. She's just like you. She wants a relationship, and she's doing all these things that are like one hair away from being in a relationship with you.
Yeah.
And I think that you and her both share the same fear.
Oh, yeah.
Which is maybe
I don't know.
maybe they don't like me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's all going wrong. Look, your fear has gotten in the way of you breaking through the ice. You like that icebreaker punch? Psh. You got to break through the ice. You got to stop being afraid of rejection.
Yeah.
I think that it's okay to have a crush on somebody that you spend so much time with who actually sleeps in your bed.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
That is a big thing.
I had a friend once tell me I'm trying to think because I feel like there's actually multiple examples of this where she started dating a guy that I never expected her to date, but she would go to his house, they would hang out all the time, and she would sleep in his bed. And I was like, really? You guys started dating? And she told me, she's like, well, I mean, you can only sleep in somebody's bed so many times before you inevitably start like having a crush on them.
Right.
And then I thought about this other friend of mine who, same thing happened, which actually, it was a girl who started hooking up with another girl.
Oh, really?
And she wasn't even, into girls ever before.
Really?
But she basically said the same thing, which was like, you can only spend the night in somebody's bed so much before you start hooking up with them.
Fair enough, I guess.
And I swear I feel like I have a third example of a third friend that's not coming to mind, but it's true.
Yeah.
And I don't even think it's necessarily sleeping in somebody's bed, but you can only spend so much time with somebody on an intimate level where you're spending like your nights together, just the two of you. You're doing things that are like pseudo romantic. They're like half dates.
Yeah.
You can only do that so much before you start to have a crush on the person. And the fact that you're spending time like in bed together, sleeping next to each other. Hey, D, emailer today who just sent us this question, you are like so far in the door and you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
So, how do we break the ice? Meg, what's your advice? It's clear to us that there's a spark there.
Right.
There's chemistry there. How does he go about, taking it to the next level?
Make a move.
Make a move. There you go.
Make a move.
Yeah, I think that here's what you should do. Try to knock it out of the park. Just amp up the romance.
Yeah.
You don't have to say, because sometimes when you say it,
I don't think you need to verbalize it.
I like you, then it becomes all awkward. You don't need to verbalize it, but just plan a date and don't ask her to go on the date. But
No.
just, hey, when we hang out this Saturday, let's go somewhere. And go out to dinner somewhere.
Yeah.
Go ride a boat on some body of water, okay? Go listen to music, and then go home and, whatever, party, hang out, whatever you guys like to do. Share a glass of wine. Or throw back a couple beers, or drink some rum and cokes. I don't know, however it is, you like to kick back, and then, you know what, see where the night takes you, and then, I don't know, try to give her a kiss. I hate saying that on this show.
Just lay one on her.
Because it's so uncomfortable, and I know it's everybody's worst fear out there. It's like, I'm not going to do that. What's next? What's your next piece of advice? Look,
I don't think she's gonna be opposed.
this is a dating show. This is a show about relationships. This is a show about situations that result in people kissing. Okay? And I'm telling you, man, you've gone down the checklist and you've marked off everything.
You skipped over kissing.
Yeah, you have finally arrived at the moment where kissing is appropriate.
Yeah.
So don't tell her you like her, show her you like her, and then go in for the kiss.
Absolutely.
And then if it gets really weird, like, whoa, what are you doing?
I'm sorry.
Don't say
Just
I'm sorry.
Say that we told you to do it.
Then if you get the hands up, what are you doing? Then you can start explaining yourself, which is like, what? I thought you liked me.
She's giving all the signals that she likes
I mean, I have a really big crush on you, and we've been spending so much time together. I thought that you liked me. I'm sorry. And then she will probably...
Then it's on her.
Yeah, then it's on her, and you'll get a real clear definition of, no, I just want to be friends. At which point you'll be like, okay,
I'm sorry.
That's cool. We can go back to being friends. I mean, I was already being friends with you anyways. Or she will be like, I do like you. I just wasn't expecting a kiss right now. Perhaps we can try to engage in a kiss.
Engage.
Right now.
Yeah.
Either way, it's going to be better than whatever situation you're in now. I'm not knowing.
Tiptoeing around it is not going to work.
Tiptoeing around is not going to work, and it hurts your own self-esteem because you are spending so much time wrapped up in self-doubt that you're getting comfortable self-doubting yourself, which is bad for your confidence. You need to be really confident, believe in yourself that you are worth her. You're the type of guy who's worthy of her. You're cool. She would be lucky to date you. This is the type of stuff you should be thinking. And, so you got to get out of this headspace where you're like, am I cool? Am I attractive? F that. Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And do what we said. Take her out on a date, go for the kiss, and then you can get into the explanations.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for your email, and good luck. All right, everybody, we are on the phone here with D. D, you're talking to the HeartSlayers, Derrick and Meg. What's happening?
Hey, so basically, so I had a relationship with a girl. I got with her like around about November. She's a friend that I've had for like a couple of years now. And basically, like, before we got together, our friendship got kind of unhealthy because I was like really infatuated with her and I really wanted to get into this relationship. And she was like not really sure about it, but eventually she developed feelings for me as well, and we got into this relationship, and I was like really happy about that. But about like January, I started realizing like maybe my feelings aren't actually there, and maybe I just wanted to be friends. And so recently she was starting to notice that, and she was just saying like, I feel like our relationship has been a little bit distant recently. So I finally I didn't want to lie to her, so I was just like, yeah, I haven't been feeling things that much. And so we had a discussion about it, and we kind of in that discussion ended up breaking up. But then afterwards we were just sort of maybe we'll just take a break, I don't know. And so yeah, just over the last week or so, we've been thinking about things, and I don't really know what to do. I'm not sure if I should just completely finish things and just stay as friends, or whatever.
Okay. So was there where to start? Well, first, I kind of feel like, what did you, if you don't mind me asking, what was it that made you like this friend of yours to begin with? What took it from just being friends? Did something happen where you felt like, this is the kind of person that I want to be with? Is there something about her that makes it, that brought it to that relationship level?
I'm not sure. In a lot of ways, I feel like I don't know what I want at all. And this girl is she's really nice. And the thing that really sucks is that, oh shit, did I disconnect?
No, we still got you.
Oh, wow, okay. The Skype has disappeared from my... Whatever, I can't see you anymore. But anyway, so...
It's okay. We still got you on the phone.
What was I saying?
What is it that you like about this girl to begin with?
Yeah, so I don't really know what I want as far as romantically, but she was a great friend.
Okay.
And so, like, I'm still, like... I kind of wish I could continue this relationship because I'm happy in it and everything's fine, but my feelings I just realized aren't there.
Okay, and then second question, maybe there's no answer to this, but was there something that happened? Was there a moment where you kind of lost your feelings? Was there a deal breaker where you were like, you know what? After what just happened, I don't know if I even am feeling this relationship anymore. Or was it more of just a gradual thing?
I think it was more of a gradual thing.
Okay.
Like, I feel like maybe I got too worked up because I was having like problems with like jealousy and stuff when I was just a friend. And like, maybe I got way too worked up about like this idea of a relationship. And then when I got to the relationship, it was like, oh, maybe this wasn't actually appropriate. Maybe I do just want to be friends.
Okay.
Sometimes I think the idea of being with someone is sometimes better than actually being with that person because you build up that person in your head.
Yeah.
And then you find out that they're not what you were expecting or not how you hoped that they would be. So I feel like this is one of those situations.
Yeah, and you know what I was going to say is the whole point of dating is to figure out if you are a good match with this person, right? The idea is that eventually you'll meet somebody you like so much, you won't be able to get enough of them, you'll spend the rest of your lives together. But you're most likely not going to find that person just the first person or the first handful of people you start dating. So the whole reason for dating is to kind of be testing this person a little bit to see like, okay, are you right for me?
Right.
So it could be right for a long time and then suddenly it's not right anymore, and that's okay. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people date for a couple of years and they realize I no longer want to be with this person. Sometimes it's a couple of dates. Sometimes you're married for 20 years and then you realize,
what am I doing?
Yeah, this isn't working for me. And when that moment happens, it's okay. There's nothing to be ashamed about or embarrassed about or feel guilty about if you don't want to be with that person anymore.
No, it's absolutely natural to kind of even just grow apart.
Yeah. But if you are in a situation where you're just not sure if you want to be with that person or not anymore, then you need to do some soul searching and you need to figure some stuff out for yourself. Is it that you like a bunch of things about this person, but you feel like there's some things that they're lacking, and perhaps you want to meet somebody just like them who has a couple more qualities that you're looking for? Mm-hmm. Is it that it's comfortable, and you're just dating this person because you don't want to be alone, and it's, you've established this routine where you spend time together, and it's real easy to do that, and it's hard to break out of it? If that's the case, then you need to break up. You need to do yourself a favor, do the tough thing, and just not be in that relationship anymore.
Yeah, and you even mentioned that you guys were great friends to begin with, and that's always a good quality of a relationship, but sometimes it just can't extend into a relationship.
Yeah, and sometimes it's okay to go back to being friends, and sometimes you can't go back to being friends because you've dated, and that's okay too. Or you will not be friends in the same way. Mm-hmm. You could still be friendly, and you could still have a great respect for each other and care for each other a lot, but you've dated, you spent so much time together, you kind of got your fill on each other.
Yeah.
That you don't need to go back to being so close. So let me ask you, how do you feel about this girl? What do you think about her? What do you want out of this relationship? Do you want to be with her? Do you not want to be with her? Do you know?
No, I guess not. But I feel like probably leaning towards probably not being together. But yeah, it's just those things of like, it's such a safe relationship to be in that might be drawing me back into it, making me think it would be so easy to just as soon as I start explaining it, it seems really bad because it's like if I just put in the effort to make myself, be more affectionate for her, then I can just be in this safe relationship.
Yeah.
But
I
that's
still
not
think my heart's not like there.
I don't think you should force yourself into being more affectionate just for the sake of the relationship, because then you could start resenting each other. You could resent yourself.
Yeah, what happens, I'll tell you, this is what always happens. When you stay in a relationship that you're not really feeling, that you kind of want to get out of, but you just don't want to make the effort and go through the hassle of breaking up, you start to really hate each other.
Yeah.
And what will happen is you will, in the back of your mind, you will have a desire to break up. So you will start looking, you'll keep a little eye out, like, I'm going to need some reasons to break up with this person.
Yeah.
And you start noticing all of these things that you don't like about the person, and you kind of subconsciously start building a case for the breakup.
Yeah.
Which means you slowly begin to hate this person more and more and more till it becomes so unbearable. You finally have no hesitation and you're like, wow, it's time to fucking break up with this loser. You know, you just hate them so much. And it's not cool. It's really like not fun to be in that process, and it's not fair to that person because
you start acting differently.
Yeah, and really you wanted to break up with them for the whole time, but you just didn't have, you know, the guts or the strength or whatever to do it. So it's really unfair to them. You've wanted to break up for months and you've just been like making everything more miserable to get to the point of the breakup. So what I would suggest is to avoid that and just have a real conversation with her. And maybe there are things that are comfortable about this relationship. Maybe you like being together physically or spending time together, whatever. In breaking up, you may even be able to propose that to her, like, look, I liked being friends with you, I like dating you, but I don't think it's going to work out. I think we should go back to being friends. Look, if you want to hook up or have a friends with benefits thing, whatever, we could try that. It's probably not going to work out.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's easier to kind of break up slowly, which is like we're not officially together, but we still hook up, we still hang out, but you're kind of slowly working towards not being together anymore. But you're honest with each other.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do this game where you're like teaching yourself to hate the person you're with. You know, you can kind of consciously start trying to wean yourself off of each other. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I think, I guess another thing I'm just thinking about is like, if there's anything I need to worry about with like, because I feel quite like comfortable at the moment because, well, maybe we need to still have like a serious discussion, but we're not together and currently, technically, I think. But we're sort of like, in this period we're moving away from it, but I'm not really sure how she's feeling, because I'm feeling quite comfortable because I don't have to really think that I'm completely broken up with her, but we're not like together, so I'm like completely comfortable, but I'm worried that she's like quite, because I think she's quite sad about it.
Oh, well, you know what? Breakups are sad, but what's more sad is to be in the weird zone, like, am I broken up? We're broken up, but we're kind of still together. So if you're in a place where you feel happy not being in a relationship, explore more of that space. You can kind of throw out everything I just said about the slow breakup. You guys have already broken up, so just stick to your guns. You know, maybe you could spend time together as friends very sparingly, like once every 2 weeks. You know, maybe go grab a bite to eat just to check in with her, see how she's doing. Just, you know, because it's nice to be cool with somebody that, you know, you've just broken up with. It's better than being like at war with the person you just broke up with.
Yeah.
So, you know, stay friendly, but stay broken up. And I think that'll be, just based on what everything you've told us, that'll probably work out best for you.
Oh, do you think, because we're still like, even like straight after we broke up pretty much, we've kept talking like pretty much every day, and we're hanging out a lot because we've got a lot of like uni things that match up, and like a couple of days ago we were just watching movies at her place, and we're just doing that as friends. Do you think that might be bad for her? Like,
I definitely think yes. I think that's bad for her, and I think that's bad for you. That's classic on again, off again relationship situation.
Yeah.
Where you're going to kind of enjoy your time together and you're going to forget what was wrong with the relationship. You'll start growing close again, and then you'll get back into a relationship, and suddenly everything that was bad about that relationship will come back. I think you guys definitely need to spend some time apart. Like, at least 2 weeks. Like I said, you need to go 2 weeks without seeing each other just to get used to not being around each other, to rediscover life without each other. You know, what it's like to just be on your own and not be spending every day with this person. It'll be tough at first, but then it'll become really fun.
Yeah.
Because it's enjoyable to be single when you enjoy your own company.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it's hard to remember how to enjoy your own company when you've spent so much time together with somebody else. So I recommend trying to get back into that place.
Right.
Yep, that's my advice. Take some time apart, and then just take some time apart. Once you have a breakup, you need to be broken up and go your separate ways for a little bit.
Take time for you.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea.
All right. Well, thanks for the call. Try it out. I hope it works for you.
No worries. Thanks.
Take it easy. Okay, everybody, that's our show for today. Thank you so much for watching, and a big thank you to everybody who supports us on Patreon. Mega64, patreon.com/Mega64. For just $1, our patrons get to see episodes of HeartSlayers 1 week early, giving them, I always like to say this, the competitive edge on the dating scene. You get all the valuable advice and insight into all these issues, which you can take back into your own life. So big thank you to all our patrons, and a big thank you to everybody who watches us on YouTube and everybody who leaves a comment. We love getting different perspectives on all of these issues. If you have a take on any of this stuff, please fill us in and help us out with your own take on everything. Hey, if you want more updates on this show, or if you just want to know what's going on in our personal life, you can follow us on Twitter. I am at Gustavo.
And I am at Furnace Woods.
That's right. And we'll be back every 2 weeks taking new calls on a Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So please give us a call. If you don't have a chance to call us in, try recording a video of yourself and sending us an unlisted YouTube link. We'd love to get a video call from you, or an email. You can email us at podcast@mega64.com. And the Skype is
Mega64 Podcast.
Mega64 Podcast on Skype. All right, that wraps up our show for today. Until next time, we'll see ya. Take care of each other.